you're having a great day. Today I want to talk about something which is very powerful. We talk about meditation, we talk about visualization, we talk about happiness, we talk about laughter. I want to stress on the topic of reflection today. It's a very, very powerful technique that we can use right now to change our life. When I say change our life, any change that we want in our life, whether it's in a relationship, with your partner, with your parents, with your siblings, with your boss, whether it's your health. You may have a disease, or you may be looking at prevention of disease, or you may just look at getting rid of certain ailments that you possibly have. Whether it's at your workplace, anything in life, you can use the power of reflection to make it better. And how? How does it solve your problems? Well, some of the questions that you need to keep asking yourself: do you feel stagnated where you are in life? Maybe you feel stagnated and stuck in your relationship. Maybe you feel stagnated with the condition you have. Your diabetes is just not getting better. Your thyroid is just not getting better. Your cancer is just not going into remission. Maybe you feel stagnated in your workplace. Maybe you feel stagnated in your relationships with different people, in your marriage, whatever it is. Okay, ask yourself, do I feel stagnated? The second question that you need to ask yourself is, do I continuously make the same mistakes all the time? That's another question that you can ask yourself. The third, do you feel burnt out all the time? Do you feel you're on the brink of burning out? Do you feel you're on the brink of a nervous breakdown? Do you feel you're the kind of person that's constantly comparing yourself, your body, your wealth, your husband, your wife, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your children with other people in society? Well, if the answer is yes to all of this, there is a simple solution that requires a little bit of work, and that is reflection. Why is reflection so important, and how do we do it? We're going to go through that right now. With reflection comes understanding. The word understanding is a very, very powerful word. Most people in relationships think they're looking for love. While love is the word that we like to use, the underlying word to love is understanding. Every human out there, whether it's me, it's you, it's your kids, it's your parents, it's your partner, everyone is unconsciously or consciously looking to be understood. If you've ever been with someone who's understood you for who you are, truly understood you, with your failures, with your flaws, with your mistakes, with your goodness, with your success, you automatically feel loved. That's why in many cases, people describe love as understanding, or understanding equal to love. Understanding empowers us to learn more about us, and that's why reflection equals understanding. Reflection may not solve your problems directly, but reflection can give you the tools to feel empowered to making the changes in your life that you need to, whether it's relationships, health, or whatever it is. So you see, today when we have a problem, or we feel stuck, or we're burning out, where do we look for the answers? On social media, reels, Facebook Lives, YouTube videos, books, scriptures. We look outside. With reflection, we change the direction of that search. We start to look inside, because yes, all the answers that you're looking for are within you. Within you. Of course, if you're looking for a technical solution in life, you might find it in the books, you might find it on YouTube. You're not going to find it inside if you don't have the knowledge or the expertise. But for everything else, you will find your answers inside, and that's why we reflect. You see, our lives are moving so quickly. There's so much of chaos in our lives. We're moving from one thing to another that sometimes we lose track of what's going well for us. We're moving so fast that we cannot stop to pause to look at the things that are going well, the things that worked. If I had success at closing a project today, do I reflect on it? So I know that, wow, this worked, I can use it for the next project. But life's moving so fast that we fail to see the goodness, the things that are going well. And then what happens is we only start to focus on the things that are not going well. The sadness, the failures, the mistakes, who said what. But through a practice of reflection, we get to reflect on both what is going well and what is not going well. So how do you reflect? It's as simple as that. Some people don't like to meditate. Some people find it difficult to meditate. That's absolutely okay. In fact, reflection is a kind of meditation. So there are many days that I don't feel like meditating. I just don't want to meditate. And I reflect, and I find that's what I need in my life at that particular point. Answers that are coming from within. So how do you reflect? You can reflect in the morning. You can reflect in between your day, or powerful reflection can happen just before you go to bed. So let's say you switch off your gadgets 1 hour before bed or 30 minutes before bed, and you use the time for reflection. So how do we reflect? Let's say we're going to do this practice tonight. We sit comfortably, we can lie down, sit with our back straight, take a couple of deep breaths, inhales and exhales through our nostrils to center ourselves, to relax. Relax your eyes, your shoulders. You can keep your eyes closed. I would prefer for you to keep your eyes closed so there's no distraction. And then simple questions that can lead you into a guided reflection. And maybe one of these days I will actually do a guided reflection with all of you. We'll do it live on Facebook so we can all reflect together and we can learn how to move into a reflection. So we'll do this at some point maybe this week. Okay, so here are some of the questions that you can do. Start by reflecting on your day. We can reflect on anything in our life. What went well? Go over your day from the time you woke up till the time you are at right now. What went well? Okay, so if something went well, like my morning routine well, how did it make me feel? Reflect. So I know that if yoga at the start of my day makes me feel good, I'm sending a message to my subconscious mind that this is what makes me feel good. And automatically, I don't need to be motivated to do it more and more. I'll be inspired to do it more and more. What you put into your subconscious mind will turn to action at some point, or your behavior. Okay, so first start by reflecting on what went well. You had a great conversation with your friend. You had a great cup of coffee with a friend. What did y'all talk about? Reflect. What made you happy? What made that cup of coffee so good? What made that incident in your day so good? Reflect. Then reflect on what's not going well in your life. Okay, this meeting didn't go too well. Break it down. What is it about the meeting that it didn't go too well? Was it the boss? Was it someone else? Was it you not being prepared? Was it your ego? Was it pride? You're not supposed to judge yourself in reflection. You're just supposed to observe that, hey, okay, this conversation didn't go too well. Yep, I was being egoistic. I was talking from a space of pride. So it's understanding about yourself. It's not judgment. Because all of us are not perfect. If there's anyone watching this video who thinks they're perfect, that's ego right then. We are imperfect. We are imperfectly perfect human beings. When we understand that everyone out here has the 7 deadly sins, we have flaws, we have insecurities, we have problems. But the problem is people are trying to be good all the time. And that makes being good more difficult because you're trying to push away all of the insecurities and imperfections that you have. Accept them. Accept them. Don't become a slave to them, but accept them. So through reflection, you can also determine that, oops, I was the angry person. Yes, it was my fault. Now with understanding, you also understand that next time in a situation, I can choose to be a better person. If I want the situation or the meeting to go better, I can choose to change certain actions and behaviors about myself. But you see, when we don't reflect, we allow our ego to direct our behavior every single day. And we know that that's not the best behavior. We're not going to get the best results. And that's not going to make us feel good. So I can reflect on that. Then I can reflect, how do I feel right now? How do I feel when I was talking to my partner? How do I feel when I was talking? These are all simple questions that can lead you to reflection. You can reflect on what was my thinking during the day. So if you felt angry throughout the day, what were these angry thoughts that you were thinking? If you felt sad, what were these sad thoughts? Because you can't have a feeling without a thought. If you felt happy, you also want to reflect on some of the thoughts that you had that was making you feel happy so that you can think more of those thoughts or think less of the thoughts that made you feel negative. So how you feel, how you think. What was the attitude that you adopted throughout the day? So if you felt great, what kind of attitude did you have? Did you have an attitude of going with the flow, of not resisting, of letting go, of acceptance? Was your energy contagious to other people so you felt happy? Were you able to make a difference? Were you serving and you felt so good about yourself? So only through understanding do you know more about yourself. Otherwise, you're actually living the rat race. You are a rat. You're just moving on from one thing to another. So the more chaotic your life is, or the more clarity you want in life, step back and reflect every day. It could be 2 minutes, it could be 5 minutes, it could be 30 minutes of reflection. Reflect on what makes you happy, what makes you sad. Only you can know. Your shrink cannot know. Social media cannot know. Your friends cannot know. Everyone out there has an opinion. An opinion is not the story that you need to live your life by. You have to reflect and find out what is coming from inside of you. It is in reflection that you decide whether you want to dump your partner or not, whether you want to quit your job or not, whether you want to change your career path or not. It is not social media, your friends who makes that decision for you. They are only opinions. Your friends' opinions and social media's opinions are people's stories and opinions. They don't have to be yours. So while you can listen and learn, finally you need to make a decision. And the only way you can make a decision is through reflection. So if your relationship is not going well, you'll have 10 friends who will give you 10 opinions. But what is the opinion coming from within you, from your gut instinct? You'll only know that when you reflect. When you reflect on why isn't my relationship going well? What part of my relationship is going well? When I was the happiest in my relationship, what was I doing, or what was my partner doing? Have we stopped doing those things? There you have an answer. So you can't depend on the outside world to fix your problems. No, it cannot be done. Ever. Ever. That's why people finally reach therapists and shrinks, so that the shrinks can show you a mirror and show you what your perfect truth and lie is and what actions you need to take. So that's important for you to do. Now you can reflect only on your health. I love to reflect on my past, my mistakes, my failures, relationships and everything, because I'm not reflecting. I'm reflecting to take away lessons from that. Who was Luke being in that relationship? Who was Luke being when he was working in that company? And there are so many things that you learn about yourself, because you were a different person back then and you're a totally different person right now. So I'm constantly looking at my past and my failures and my success, even my success, to take away lessons that I can use today, that I can use with my patients, with my clients and my content. So we look back at our past not to be attached to it, not to have emotional baggage. I can look at emotional baggage and take away 10 beautiful lessons, or I can be attached and I can become a victim of it. And that emotional baggage can get heavier day by day, every single day. So through reflection, you find strength to accept, let go, know who you truly are. If you don't know who you are, society is going to give you that definition and that label. And you're going to succumb to that definition and label in whatever way you're supposed to. You're going to start operating like a puppet to the definitions that society puts on you. But when you reflect, you understand that I'm far from that. I'm not what society thinks I am. I'm not what my parents say I am. I'm not what my partner says I am. I am who I am based on my reflections and who I think I am. So you see, through reflection, we get a lot of strength. You can reflect on your health. You get your perfect truth of why you may be sick, or what you should be doing to get better, what you should not be doing to prevent an illness. So likewise, any aspect in your life, you can reflect. Adopt the power of reflection. It is super powerful. All you need to do is start. You don't need to meditate. Sit down and reflect on your day. What went well for me? What didn't? Reflect on a part of your life that's not working. Even reflect on all the good things that are happening in your life. So you attract more of those good things. So you reflect on these good things. Okay, when I'm like this, good things happen. When I'm like this, wow, my partner behaves better. And then you start to do more because you're living life with awareness and consciousness. This is the power of reflection. Have a great day, everyone. Until next time, eat smart, move more, sleep right, breathe deep, and remember, you care is all about you.